After we've finished adding header on the page, it's time to work on the navigation bar. The high-level structure of our page is represented by three main elements: the header element, the main content area, and the navigation bar. Let's get started. In the editor, let's open up our main component app.vue. At the bottom of this page, we're gonna add the area for our main content, represented by the main tag, with some dummy data inside. And right after, we're gonna add nav element. This will represent our navigation. And now, in order to see our navigation, we're gonna have to scroll the page to the very bottom. But we'll have to see the navigation all the time, fixed at the bottom. In order to do this, we're gonna have to add a few classes to the wrapper element, which wraps our header, main area, and navigation. And the element which wraps all these three elements is located inside of index.html. This is our div with an ID of app. Here we're gonna add a few classes. Let's make this block flexible container by using flex class. And also we'll make the main axis for this flexible container the vertical axis. And while we're here, let's also edit a title. Change it on track. After that, let's go back to the app.vue and start applying classes to the now. We're gonna make this element sticky to the bottom by using class bottom0. Also we'll increase the index, make background color white, and increase font. And in the browser, while scrolling this page, we can see that navigation always stays visible. Let's also see what happens when we're gonna decrease amount of content in the main content area. Get back to the browser, and as you can see, whenever there is not enough content in the main area to cover the whole screen, navigation is shown right below the content. But we need to show this navigation always fixed at the bottom. And to do just that, firstly, let's go to the index.html and use one more class for the element with an ID of app. Just to make the minimum height of this container be equal to the whole screen height, we'll apply the class with the name min_h_screen. And since all elements within this flexible container are flex elements, we're gonna have to stretch one of them so it covers the whole available area in this container. We have to do this with our main area, so for the element main, we'll apply a few more classes. Also make this element flexible, and to make it grow and cover all available space, we'll use class flexGrow. And the main axis of this flexible element will also be vertical. Let's take a look what we have, and now we got a desired result. Navigation was moved to the bottom of the page. Let's add more content to the main area, so we could scroll the page. And even while scrolling the page, navigation stays at the same place, at the bottom. And now time to add links to our navigation. Let's go back to the editor, and inside of navigation, we're gonna add a following markup: unordered list with one list item. And here we're gonna place one link, which will say timeline. This will be our main page. Then let's duplicate the markup for the first list item and paste 2 times. The second page will be activities, and the last page will be progress. And that class which was previously used to increase the font size of the now bar, we're gonna remove. Let's look at the browser, and we can see those 3 links inside of navigation. But we'll have to position those links next to each other on one line. To do this, we're gonna make UL element flexible container, align elements vertically in a center, and add equal spacing between those links. And here's what we got after applying those styles. Let's also add a little border at the top of this navigation. And temporarily also add borders for every list item by using class border. And now we can see that there is no padding between the border and link text. So we're gonna have to add extra spacing to links, so that they will cover all available space within their parent container. And to make flexible element stretch, let's apply class flex1. We'll have to apply it for every list item. After that, we can see that the link text was aligned to the left. So to position it in the center, we'll apply a few more classes to the anchor element. We're gonna make this element flexible container. The main axis will be vertical. And to center everything within this container, we'll use class items center. Also, we'll add a little bit of padding and decrease font size. And to make the first letter of the label uppercase, we'll use another Tailwind CSS class called capitalize. And now let's apply exact same classes to the rest of links. We don't need extra borders, we can remove border classes. And also we will use lowercase letters within these links. And here we go, here's what we get at the moment. Our navigation is almost ready. Let's get back to the editor and use appropriate anchors within href attributes. First link will contain word timeline, the second link will contain word activities, and the third link will contain word progress. And now it's time to add icons within every link. We use icons from the side hero icons. In here we just type in the icon name we wish to use. Please note that I also use outline type of icons. So let's go back to the code and add instruction to import our new icon. In this case we're gonna use a little bit different path to import this icon, since we use outline type. So we use here word outline, and the icon name will be clock icon. And in our template, next to the label timeline, we're gonna use our new component, clock icon. And as we can see, clock icon appeared. So now let's import the rest of icons. We're gonna use list bullet icon and chart bar icon. And following exact same steps, in the template, let's use appropriate icons next to every label. Second icon is list bullet icon, and the third one is chart bar icon. And now that we got all icons on our page, it's time to decrease their size. It is very easy to do by using Tailwind CSS classes for height and width. We're gonna use 6 units. And now let's copy over those classes and apply them to other icons. And just like that, markup for our navigation is ready. Let's also see how our page will look like without any content. Let's remove everything from the main element. And this is what we have so far. Let's continue development in the next lesson.